Hi, my name is Beth, and I'd like to discuss with you my carpal tunnel release surgery. I've had it done on both hands. I've had it done on my left hand May 4th, which, as you can see, was 7 weeks ago. That was on a Wednesday, and I went back to work the following Wednesday. I'm a custodian at the local school, so, you clean and you sweep and you mop, and I went back to work and at full force. I had my second carpal tunnel surgery on May 27th, which was on my right hand, and that is my dominant hand. I had it done on Friday and still took 5 days off from work and went back to work on a Monday. Now, I think I'm doing pretty good with my exercises and strength. There's still a few things that, I can't open jars sometimes, but I'm doing very well with my exercises. Now, the problem that I am having is sensitivity. Cold, hot, anything that touches. Now, I can lift and I can carry as long as nothing goes below this area of my hands. The doctors told me to wait, throughout the summer, and if it doesn't go away, then I can come back and see him. As you can see, that this hand, they're still swelled, this hand particularly, because for the last 2 weeks of work I've been painting, and with this being my right hand, it's very sore. Here, and the incision itself down through here is very sore, very sensitive. I have no trouble with my hands going to sleep anymore, which is a good thing because that was keeping me up most nights. But I was just wondering if anybody else that has had this surgery is having as much sensitivity as what I am. I mean, you brush up against it or cold water hits it, and it almost takes me to my knees. And like I said, as you can see, this one's pretty swelled today from painting for the last 8 hours. As you can tell by my shirt, I usually get more on me than on the walls, but I'm glad that I had it done. I'm very pleased with the outcome. I do get sharp pains going up my hands. I did talk to the doctor about that, and he said that when they release that band, that the nerves have to regenerate back up the fingers again, and it will cause severe, sharp pains. And it doesn't last long, and it'll take your breath away, but and I can deal with that. There's been a few times when, I've went to shut the door and hit it, just on the right spot and just about peed down my leg. But anyway, the sensitivity is really my main concern. Like I said, the incision, and then down here, my jacket, my clothes, cold water, hot water, just the slightest touch going across will send me, to in a frenzy. But I've been back to work. I'm painting the walls. Tomorrow we start taking the wax off of the floors. Now that worries me a little bit. But I wanted also to discuss that my left hand is the first one that I had done, and like I said, I went back to work the following Wednesday, and I did wear my brace. I wore it because I still had stitches, and I was very scared that, I would break my stitches open. So I wore this for the longest time until it got to where it got on my nerves, and then I couldn't. It was too hot, and I just couldn't take it. So I took it off and, went to work with stitches and all hanging out. This one I didn't, with my right hand, I didn't wear the band, but maybe a couple of days, because it too was hurting me more than what it was helping. So, I'm back to full doing my full duties at work. And the girls are very good as far as, not letting me lift anything, but, they're not always around all the time. So I have to lift up things or pour the paint or stir the paint or whatever. We're in the process of moving right now, so the boxes, I'm picking up boxes and carrying them and stuff. But if there's anybody else, out there that has the sensitivity that, what I'm experiencing, if you could comment and let me know, just let me know that I'm not the only one that's having this issue. Maybe it's because it's only been 3 weeks with my right hand and 7 weeks with my left hand, but, it's kind of scary when even your jacket barely touches and, I don't want to have to take a Motrin or a Leave every day, but, sometimes I can't help it. Like I said, my right one is really swelled today. The incision itself is awesome, on both hands. And they got real dry and they peeled and it didn't seem to be real sensitive until they took the stitches out. And I only had 3 stitches in each hand. But with carpal tunnel, these are the fingers that go to sleep. These 3. These 2. No, I'm sorry. I'm wrong on that. It's these 3 that go to sleep. So now these ones are going to sleep. And I don't think that has anything to do with the carpal tunnel, considering, I've had the surgery. It's not keeping me up like it was prior to the surgeries, thank goodness, because, I'm only averaging 4 hours sleep anyway without, my hands going to sleep. But, they don't tell you, some of the problems that you'll have. The strength in my hands is not back completely. Like I said, I'm very pleased with what I can do after such a short period of time. I still having a little bit of trouble with this, but I'm doing all these, and let me tell you what helps is if you stretch. That helps, because this will get real tight, and sometimes if I just sit there and just stretch them out a little bit, it helps, because you can feel the swelling. Now, another thing too, and I don't think you can see me, but putting your hands flat down on the table, you can just feel the knot, and I'm sure it's scar tissue. My sister has been rubbing vitamin E oil or Amish cream on my hands and trying to work the scar tissue out, and then I get a golf ball and try and work it that way. The first time I did it, I cried because it hurt so bad. So to be honest, I haven't done it since, but I probably should. But look at this. This is great. I'm very pleased with what's going on. It's just the sensitivity and the swelling. But I think that's about all I have to say. So if anybody would like to comment and let me know how your experience with carpal tunnel is, I'm very impressed, very pleased with the surgery on both hands. It's just, like I said, maybe it's because it's so soon, and I overuse. I've overused them, from day 7, after surgery. But, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And I had to go back to work. So, thank you for listening. And I hope to hear from somebody to let me know if you're experiencing the same thing. Thank you.